everyone, it's Melissa Faust from stampwithmelissa.com. Welcome to my Tuesday night live video. It is Tuesday, August 20th, 2024, and tonight we are playing with the Frosted Forest bundle from Stampin' Up. So as you join, whether you're watching live or catching the replay, please leave a comment and say hello. I don't know that you're watching unless you leave a comment. So I guess if you want to stay incognito, you don't have to leave a comment and I'll never know you were here. But if you would like me to know you're here, please comment. Hello, Lori. Hello, Deborah. Hello, Mom. A cooler day there in Kansas City. I know we have the windows open in Minnesota. Just got home from Utah, and let me tell you, no windows open in the desert. That's the rule. Actually, I did have the window open in the car when we were driving through Zion, so it was kind of funny because I had the AC blasting. And you know, when you rent a car, they're like newer cars, so I could control. It was set at 61 degrees because I'm going to be honest, I'm a freeze baby and I could never do 61 degrees. I would be way too cold. However, with the sun coming in through the window, like it was so hot. So the 61 was nice, but then we were like driving through Zion and I had the window down because I didn't want the reflection. So anyway, it was kind of funny. I had like an arm sticking out like in the sun and then like air blowing on me. It was wild. Hello, everyone. Hi, Joan, Alicia, and Debbie. Welcome, welcome. I am so glad to be live tonight. It's been 2 weeks. I cannot believe how fast that flew by. I don't know what you did with your time last Tuesday, but hopefully it was something fun and good. Last Tuesday, I packed, and I late minute found out on, I don't know, like a day or two prior to that my nephew had soccer last Tuesday. Originally, he was not supposed to. He was not supposed to have soccer last week, but he also had t-ball last week, but I was in Utah. They extended a week because two of his soccer games got canceled because the field was too wet, and one of his t-ball games was canceled. So they ended up extending into last week, and I didn't know until I was like, well, good thing I'm not live that night because I would have no time to pack. And for those of you, if you were not following along, I did not pack in a carry-on. I got out of it. So the person organizing the event told us to leave space for gifts, and there was no way I was going to pack everything I needed to regularly and have space for gifts. And so instead, I packed in a larger suitcase, and then I had room to go shopping while in Utah. And I mean, like, it's just, you know, the lesser of two evils. So anyway, hi everyone. You're glad I had fun on my vacation. I did. It was a really, really nice time. Oh, it's a cool day near Joplin, Missouri. Is that MO? Is that Missouri? I think it is. Now I'm trying to think. MI is Michigan. Yeah, I think it's Missouri. I have to test myself. You know, sometimes the brain just is. Oh, Kansas. You said, okay, yeah, it is Missouri then. MO. Because you're in Kansas and Joplin is closest to you. Got it. I'm following. I'm tracking. Anyway, I'm going to share so many pictures and all that good stuff from Utah. I'm going to make a, yes, MO is Missouri. I thought so. I really thought so, but sometimes when I'm live, I don't know, part of my brain shuts off. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to share all the pictures, all the things. I'm going to make a blog post about it so it's all in one central location. If you were following along on Instagram or Facebook, you probably saw my stories. And I did post a picture of my grid paper that was gifted to me. It wasn't really gifted like directly to me for the purpose of having clean paper. It was somebody, Sonia Bernard, who was there. She brought grid paper and cut them in half so that everybody at our table could have something to stamp on that wasn't the tablecloth. And I am happy to report I have absolutely no idea what happened to it after stamping. So we're still good. Anyway, I am going to have to replace this guy soon though, because he's getting real flimsy and he's starting to rip. So we're going to have to bite the bullet sometime. But anyway, okay, so let's, I have a few announcements for you, and then we're going to get started with stamping. I'm so excited. I stamped last night. It was the first time in a while because of the trip, and I was like, wow, I forgot that I loved this. Actually, I stamped on Friday while we were there, but I didn't really count that as like stamping because it was like putting together a kit and not like me just like having fun in my craft room. I was having fun, just not in my craft room. Okay. Announcements. I think I only have two announcements, and both of them regard my newsletter. So I'm going to switch the banner at the bottom in case you're not on my email list. I have two things that are opening registration this week and something that's opening registration next week. And you need to be on this newsletter list if you want to join in the fun. I should date them. I really should. Or you know what I was thinking, Lori? So Lori Hall commented I should date the messy scrap papers and then see how long they last. I was actually kind of thinking about doing a challenge. You guys tell me if you want to do this or not. I was thinking about doing a challenge where maybe at the beginning of a month, like on September 1st, we all commit to a clean sheet of grid paper, and then we see how messy we can make it by the end of the month. What do you think? I think we're going to do that. At least I'm going to, and anybody who wants to join in can join in. But that's what I'm aiming for, and I'm hoping this one can last 10 more days. I think it can. I think I got it. Anyway, okay, back to the newsletter list. So many squirrels. Lori, I drank out of that squirrel mug you gifted to me this morning, so I think I'm going to have so many squirrel moments today because that's what usually happens. It's like osmosis or whatever. Like I drink out of that mug and I just turn into, oh yay, I've got people accepting the challenge. Okay, we're in. We're doing it. Okay. And if you don't have like Stampin' Up! Grid paper, just use like scrap paper, whatever you usually use. Yeah. All right. So newsletter. Tomorrow, registration is going to open for Stampin' Cross Country Virtual Retreat. Now that is a lot of words. Basically, it's a really fun virtual retreat. You get, I know, a clean sheet. Oh, yours says hieroglyphics. Oh my gosh. Jones in. Yay. I'm so excited. So retreat, it takes place on a Friday night in September 27th, and Saturday all day, September 28th. Now, I say that kind of like hesitantly because you don't have to be able to be there live to join in the fun. But if you want to be there live, you can. All the replays are available. There is 10 projects. There's 5 demonstrators. I'm one of them. We each make 2 projects. There's 2 bundles, and we each make a project with the bundle. So you get 5 projects for one bundle, 5 projects for the other bundle. I'm not going to tell you what they are yet because they can be a surprise tomorrow. But you can register for that. It's a whole heck of a lot of fun. It is like exhausting in the best way possible. There are prizes, there are creative challenges, there are bonus tutorials just for inspiration. It's so much fun. It's so good. So I want you to know about it because registration is going to open tomorrow. It's going to have all the details for you there. So I'm not going to go too deep into it now. All the details will be there. And then there's an early bird price. Okay. So a discounted early bird price that will start tomorrow with registration. And it's going to go through, I believe it's next Tuesday. So it's only like a little bit less than a week. And then it's going to jump up to full price. Okay. So I want you to know about it. I want you to get on this email list. There's the link. Okay. I want you to get on it so you have that ready. Now, the next thing I have opening registration on Saturday is product shares for the new mini catalog. It is an extremely awesome mini catalog. You are going to love it. One FYI, in case you're not aware, there are no Halloween items in this mini catalog, okay? Just an FYI, just to let you know, there are no Halloween items. There are fall items, but no Halloween. Okay. So if you're looking for Halloween, go to the online exclusives and check those out. But I'm going to do a product share. So just like in the past, I'm going to do a paper share and I'm going to do a ribbon share. The ribbon share is an add-on, so it's not going to be automatically included. If you'd like to add it on, you can. And then new this year, I am going to add a full sheet of cardstock for each of the coordinating colors. So I wanted to just like show you this. I can't open the mini catalog, so I'm going to show you with the annual catalog, but I am, referring to the mini that's coming out. But when you look at a suite collection, such as this right here, right? So you got Country Woods here. Down at the bottom, they list colors. So for this one, it's Petal Pink, Pool Party, Misty Moonlight, Pecan Pie, Basic Beige, and Smoky Slate. So for example, I will provide you with a full sheet of cardstock in each of these colors, right? But for the mini catalog sets. I know I was sad about Halloween too, but you know what? we've got some cool stuff in the online exclusives. It'll be okay. We'll be okay. Anyway, and we maybe have some more stuff coming out in September, just saying. Okay, anyway, I don't have a lot of details on that though, so I'm not going to share a lot. But anyway, so that's what you will get, is a full sheet of that. So I think I calculated it's about 50 sheets of cardstock. I am going to throw in some thick basic white and some regular basic white as well, but that way you can coordinate right off the bat. Now, if you already own all the cardstock colors, you are good to go. That's an add-on as well, so you don't need to add it on. If you don't own all of the cardstock colors, it might be something you want to add on, because then you can just play. And you know, one of the best parts about Stampin' Up! Is that the colors match, right? If you order Misty Moonlight, you're going to get the same color in ink, blends, cardstock, ribbon, etc., DSP, all that good stuff. Okay. So that's going to be really cool, but that's going to open registration on Saturday. Then, speaking of Halloween, I may or may not have a mystery craft box coming up next week. Registration will open for that. All of that is going out to the newsletter first. So that's why I'm saying make sure you're there so you can take advantage of that right away. And I wanted to just give you the pre-warning, the heads up on it all, because it's 3 things launching in a week. So it's kind of a lot. And you know what? You might have to pick and choose what you join, and that's a-okay. If you want to join all 3, there's absolutely no judgment. We're happy to have you. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to start stamping because, you know, it's time. It's time to start. So online exclusives, I was just talking about those because that's where I said to go check out those Halloween items. But this is also in the online exclusive. So this is the Frosted Forest bundle. You can see it's a really pretty set of trees. I was not going to get this set, you guys. And then I saw so many fun samples with it that, you know, it made its way somehow. Somehow it got into my cart. I don't really know how. And these are the beautiful dies that coordinate. And then it also has masks. And I'm going to just grab those to show you. So it also has masks that it comes with to color. So I've got them grouped here. This is for the, I don't know tree names. This is for the not pine tree. And this is for the pine tree. There's 3 masks for each of those. So it's a really, really awesome set. We are going to have a lot of fun creating with it today. And I am going to show you those cards. So let me show you here. So this is words. I'm about to show you the 4 cards we're going to make together live tonight. So this one is a fun fold. This is inspired from a swap card I received from Terry Gaines. Here's this fun one. And I love this set because with the masks and everything, you can just make like really simple cards, but they're so beautiful because you can do a lot of really fun coloring. And there's the last one. This is cased from one of the samples online. So we are going to make these cards together. If you're like, those are so cute and I want a card kit, Melissa, I am happy to provide you one. This is part of my weekly class to go. So we're back with that. Last week, I had my Utah special. So by the way, if you ordered the Utah special, I'm getting those ready to ship out tonight. So you'll get a tracking email soon. But class to go, this is the Frosted Forest class to go. If you place a $45 order in my online store through the end of this week. So that, what day is that? Friday, August 23rd? Yeah, 23rd. I'm still not really sure what day it is. It's Tuesday, but you know, it doesn't feel like Tuesday. Anyway, if you place that order by the end of the day on Friday, you are going to get the 4 card kits from me for free as a thank you gift from me. And it's going to have all of the pieces ready for you to go. So I'm going to show you those. So anything that uses this Frosted Forest bundle, I'm not going to do that in advance for you. So if you don't have this bundle and you want the class to go kit, you might want to consider getting this bundle. Or you can use something similar that you already have. So Heather, probably. Nothing set in stone that's planned yet, but yes, I think that, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Okay, so let's go ahead. We are going to start with card number 1. So let me show you what this card kit will come with. So we've got a thick basic white card base. I've got this scored at lots of places, so we'll walk through that in a little bit. Brenda, I do have just the tutorials, but they won't be for sale. They'll be for sale on my website, but not until Saturday, okay? And then my team gets them for free. And then, of course, if you place that class to go order, you will also get the tutorial for free. So, okay, so then you've got 2 pieces of the Country Woods DSP here. It's the same pattern, just cut in 2 strips. You've got some basic white here, some early espresso. that coordinates with this basic white mat here. And this one is embossed with the Timber 3D embossing folder because come on, you can't not use the Timber folder, right? You've got another piece of basic white. We'll have to talk through where all of these pieces go in a little bit. And then another piece of basic white. Look at all this basic white. And then we've got a basic white banner that was die cut from the Stylish Shapes dies, and this is for our sentiment. So let's go ahead, just because there's so many white pieces, let's just like start assembling, and then we can take a peek at what all the pieces are for, okay? So I'm actually going to start with my card base. Now you can see here, I have got score lines. So I've got one right here. I'm trying to hold this so you can see one right here, and one right here. Okay, so there's 3 in here. Now the first score line is just like a basic card. Okay, so we've got 8.5 by 5.5. This is at 4 1/4, right in the middle. So we're going to take that one and fold in just like you would a normal card. Okay, the next score line right here, because I've got my score lines on top, we are going to fold back. All right, so this might look like a bookbind card, right? It's kind of similar. And then we are going to, I'm just, opening this a little bit, and we're going to take the next one and fold that one back as well. Okay, just like so. So before we move on and do other things, let's go ahead and get some things adhered. So I'm going to open this all the way up. You can see where those score lines are. You can see them really well. And on the skinniest panel, I am going to add some seal. Or if you like green glue, you can use green glue, but okay, so we're going to close that down just like a bookbind card, okay? Then let's take our DSP. So we've got both of these strips here. I'm just going to start with the larger one. Okay, add some seal to the back of that. Now we're going to open this like it's the inside of the card, and we are going to add this Country Woods DSP right on the inside, and you can see that equal margin all the way around our DSP there, right? Okay. Go ahead and close that. Then we're going to take this strip of DSP, add seal to the back, and this is going to go on the outside now of that tiny little strip, okay? So just get that lined up as best you can. So you can see there, right? It makes it a little bit easier just to see what we're doing. So when this is folded back like this, you can see both sides, okay? All right, let's grab then. Let me make sure I have the right one. Yeah, I do. Okay, so this, we've got these 3 pieces left. Okay, well, we have 4 pieces left, but this one's embossed, so we know where that goes. Okay, so we've got a wider one, a middle one, and a little one. Okay, we are going to go with the middle one, okay, which is 2 3/4 across. Okay, and what we're going to do is on this piece now, so, right, so we've got this one glued down, then we've got this second panel, then we've got this third panel that's back, right? We are going to add some seal onto this panel. Take that middle basic white piece, and I am going to butt the left edge up with the left edge, okay? So we're just going to eyeball that, try to make it as straight as possible. This is actually where green glue might be your friend, but you guys know I just love my seal too much. So when you glue that down and then you have the card closed, you can see it's centered, right? You've got that same margin now, even though the card is going to open this way and not the other way. And if you hold it up, you can tell when it's closed, you've got that equal margin there, which is really, really neat. So then what we can do is we'll take that embossed basic white piece, trying to hold it. There you go. And add some seal to the back. Now I'm going to add lots of seal because you know my motto. If it's got texture, I don't know. We need something that rhymes. What's a phrase that would rhyme? If it has a lot of texture, you need a lot of adhesive. That's where we're going with that. And I'm going to layer this onto that early espresso layer, flip it over and add some seal to the back of that. And then this is going to go center onto that basic white front panel that we just adhered. Okay. Beautiful, just like that. All right, so now, oh, actually, you know what? Then we've got this skinny basic white piece. Let's add some seal onto that. Now, if you wanted, this is going to go on the inside of the card. So if you wanted to stamp on this first, do that. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to open this up. So let me show you here, right? We don't want it to be visible. So you can see how close I have it to the edge there because we don't want it to show through. Can you kind of see that layering there? So we just want to be a little bit, you know, cognizant of that. So I am going to give it about an equal margin on the left-hand side with the DSP as I am with the top and the bottom of the DSP, so that when I close it, you can't see the edge stick out, okay? Alrighty, so now we can start with stamping. Look at that. All those pieces came together so fast. Let's go ahead. We're going to do our sentiment first. And this card, I actually chose to do a masculine birthday card with. You could definitely use this as a feminine birthday card as well, or any birthday card for anybody. But I need masculine birthday cards so bad. I just need them. So I chose to go with a birthday sentiment. You can see I stamped that in Early Espresso ink onto the left-hand side of this banner here. Now we are going to trim off some of the right-hand side, but not yet. I'm going to stamp the tree first, okay? So then we'll grab this basic white piece. This is just excess basic white for our stamping, and I've got my Tuxedo Black Memento ink. We'll go ahead and ink up our big tree. What kind of tree is this? Somebody who's smart with biology or horticulture or agriculture or whatever. Somebody who knows their plants. Please tell me, because I want to say it's like an oak tree, but I could be very incorrect. All right, anyway, let's stamp this down onto our basic white scrap and peel that off. And then this one I chose to color in with blends. So I'm going to use Old Olive and Pecan Pie. Botany, there it is. Thanks, Judy. I'm like saying the words and I'm like, I know these are incorrect, but I couldn't recover because I couldn't think of the right word. So I said horticulture. What even? That's something to do with things that grow, I think. I don't know. I probably sound so ignorant right now. Oh, well, you guys know I try my best. Okay, so I am using the dark pecan pie just to add a little bit of, what's the word? Shadows. Deciduous. Oh my gosh. Is that the type of tree? Deciduous? Catherine, you have to tell me. Because if it is, I have never heard of a deciduous tree. Am I even saying that right? Deciduous. I don't know. Okay, let's color in the rest of our tree here with pecan pie. And, you know, the bottom doesn't really have like a spot to end, so I'm just scribbling down at the bottom, not making it look uniform. Okay, and then you can kind of pick, like right here, you know that the tree is going to come in, but you don't know exactly where, so you can kind of just color around where you want. Now, when we do the masks later, obviously the masks have those spots like perfect right where they're supposed to be. They shed their leaves. That must be, wow, a deciduous tree. Now I got to look them up. Oh my gosh. The more you know. Okay, so we've got that. And then we're going to use Old Olive. And I'm really just with this dark Old Olive because I like to do my shading first with my dark blend. I'm really just scribbling in some random places because I want it to look a little bit more natural. So we do have some of these marks here that you can kind of follow as a guide. But you can also just, you know, go a little random. And just have fun with it, because that's the most important part of making cards. If you're not having fun, then you got to change something so you do have fun, right? Okay, then I'm going to color in. And same thing with this, like the leaves of this tree, there's really no distinct like edge, which I feel like is good for a tree, right? Because they grow however they want. But you can kind of make your own edge and just have fun with it. Oops, I just colored a tree branch green. It's okay. Nobody will notice except you guys because I told you. They lose their chlorophyll and change colors. Well, I knew that about like trees in general. It's hard to tell the exact type. Huh, okay. Kathleen, I have heard about that. So Kathleen said she likes to use her Tuxedo Black Memento ink with a regular ink pad. I did see somebody else do that recently, and actually my team member Alicia, who is on here, she did a demonstration for our team a few weeks ago, and she had hers like that too. And so I have seen that, and I did actually buy Stampin' Up! Sells like a white ink, and when it comes, it's uninked, and you get the refill, so you just, you know, fill it yourself. And I did actually buy one of those to put my tuxedo in to try, but I have not yet actually done it. But it's good to know, like the more people I'm hearing now that are trying that. So definitely a tip. And the Tuxedo Black ink pad actually has like, I'm not quite sure of the material, but it's got that like crosshatch in there or whatever. You can see it sometimes when you stamp. And the nice thing about the foam pads is that you don't see that. So, all right, I'm using the bullet tip end, so it's taking me forever to color this. But you know, it's therapeutic. I enjoy coloring. So we're almost done. That would have been bad. Did you see I just tried to shift the marker and I almost like would have just like made a mess. Okay, so we've got that. I'm going to grab our die here and some Post-it note tape, and we're going to go ahead and die cut this tree out. All right, now, as previously mentioned, it's a little bit hard to tell the edges. So look at the tree trunk here and then kind of the top where there's these little lines. That's where I'm kind of eyeballing to see if I'm lined up. Okay. Oh, you're not good at coloring, so you avoid it. That's like me with fussy cutting. Oh, it looks like you're big cottonwood. That's fun. So maybe this can be whatever kind of tree you want it to be. I don't know. Coloring is relaxing to you too. I know. I get it. I'm the same way. Okay, so we've got that die cut. Let's go ahead and pop this out here. And peel off our Post-it note tape. And there is our beautiful tree. How fun is that? Okay, so now we can go ahead and add this to the card. Now, you guys know this bugs me because I like when my card lays flat, but because of all the folds in this and the layers, it's just not gonna lay flat. You can't really super tell on the video until I do that, but it's gonna be okay. We can last. It's okay. It might bug you like it kind of bugs me, but it'll be fine. Okay, so let's add some dimensionals here to the back of our tree here, and I'm gonna add, because these were already like trimmed, they were the edges, I'm just going to add it a little bit down into the tree trunk here. I'm not going to go all the way down because we want to sneak that sentiment under. And then we're just going to add this, and I'm going kind of over the right hand side a little bit. I just like the look of that. Sometimes when those elements kind of pop out, it makes them look a little bit 3D, I guess. I don't know. That's what I always think of. And then I have this just floating in midair for a second as I just eyeball to trim off the edge. Okay. All right. So let's add some seal to the back of this guy. And then this is going to sneak in, and I'm going to hide that like really not cut well edge underneath the tree here, and then make sure it's straight. Like so cute. Okay. All right. Then we're going to take some linen thread. Now, apparently I really like linen thread, which I don't think is a secret to anybody. I love linen thread a lot. I actually ended up using it on 3 of the 4 projects today. So I just decided to tie bows as I go instead of having them done beforehand. So we're going to add a linen thread bow. Grab that. Stick it in a glue dot here, and then I'm going to add it onto my sentiment label, kind of under the space between the words as and you. Okay. But how cute is that? Birthday wishes for a day as great as you are. That's so sweet. And then we've got these gold adhesive backed birds and dragonflies, and we are going to add some birds because you can't not. Some things are like, oh, that's just made to be. So we've got 2 different kinds of birds. So the middle one, well, dragonflies, then bird, then bird. The one that's flying to the right, I'm going to put right there. And then the one that's flying to the left, I'm going to put up here. Like that. So cute. Okay, where do I put those? There we go. There we go. I swear I need a bigger craft desk. That is card number 1. How fun is that one? I just love this card. I think it's so cute, so sweet. And I shouldn't say cute, I suppose. So nice. Here is card number 2. Let's go ahead and take a look at that card kit, what we've got here. So for this one, we have got a boho blue card base. I love it. We've got a boho blue layer. This again embossed with that timber 3D embossing folder. Sometimes you just have to go with what works, right? We've got a piece of basic white that we are going to stamp and color and die cut our trees on. We've got a layer of basic beige. We've got another layer of basic white. We've got some mossy meadow trees. Now this was die cut out using this die here from the set. Now you might be thinking, wow, that piece is so much bigger. So this die actually does not cut the bottom edge. So I cut this, I believe, at 3.5 inches, and then I just scooted it all the way up to the top, and this was the excess I got off the bottom, okay? But you can actually kind of see in there that indent. That's actually where the bottom of the die is, but it will not cut the bottom of that piece for you. All right, and then we've got a strip of basic white for our sentiment. So let's go ahead. We're going to start with stamping because it's the best place to start. I have got my Thinking of You sentiment here and Early Espresso ink. And let's stamp this guy first. So I am going to stamp this maybe near the top of my basic white piece. I'm just looking because the top of that stamp is straight and the bottom kind of curves with the words. So I just wanted, you know, something that I could get a little bit more straight. So we've got that. And then just because we're here and we've got some space, let's go ahead and we're just going to trim this down. Now I'm just going to eyeball this. If you want to measure something, you can. Maybe there. Good. I like that. Okay. So just kind of eyeballing it to trim it down a little bit. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. Then we are going to stamp our trees. Now I want to just zoom in here because you can see that we did use the masks on these. So I'm going to stamp the trees in Mossy Meadow, and then we're going to use Old Olive ink to blend color on. So you could stamp them in like espresso or tuxedo black. Those are absolutely options, and then you could use the two colors to blend on, but I thought that it would look cool this way, so that's what we're doing today. So all right, so I've got both of these pine trees and I've got the larger one right now. Ink that up and stamp it down. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I think the mask, we'll just do these one at a time. The mask is like opposite. That's okay. We'll do it. We got it. Okay. And then we've got this smaller tree here, and we will stamp that down. Okay. And go ahead and close Mossy Meadow. And then we've got these masks. Now the masks are labeled a little bit different. So the other tree that we did in the first card, those masks are labeled 1, 2, and 3. These pine trees are actually labeled A, B, and C, so you know what goes together. So I just start with the first one, right? So 1 or A, okay? And we're going to actually start with the larger tree. Yes, we're going to use messy scrap paper because why not, right? Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to lay down my mask here. And I've got this piece of washi tape. I'm just going to put that on the basic white and stick it down onto that mask. I'm going to grab a pen just for, I'm not going to draw it all the way on, but just down at the bottom there is the little label. So I just, or the little indent, so I can line it up each time. So I just kind of snuck that in there. And then I've already got some, oh, you haven't used masks yet. Yeah, I'm happy to share. I've got some super long Post-it note tape here just to hold down the side. Now, you probably don't need messy scrap paper for this, but better safe than sorry. Anyway, all right, so Old Olive ink here. Let's grab that. I've got a green blending brush. Okay, so I just use the, I use this one for all my greens. I don't have a blending brush for each color, like as in having 50. I have one for red, one for orange, one for yellow, etc. Now for like blue, I have a couple. I have like a teal blue, a dark blue, and like a regular blue, I guess, for like Azure Afternoon. And what's the word I'm looking for? Azure Afternoon and Blueberry Bushel. I couldn't think of it. Okay, so we've got that. We're going to just focus on this larger tree first, then we'll come back in and do the smaller one. So, oh, that's C. So then we're going to grab the B mask. Okay, and I've got that little pencil mark down here, so I'm going to, or the pen mark. So I'm going to try to line it up. Oh, it looks like it wiggled a little. That's okay. Oh, my paper did. That's okay. The nice thing about these trees, actually, and Deborah said she has not done any masks yet. The trees are actually really nice because they don't even line up super perfectly anyway. So they're really forgiving. You can really just try it out, have fun with it. So I've got this lined up and then I moved it. Hold on. We'll scooch it over just a teensy bit here, like that-ish. Okay. Then, because then the nice thing about the mask is you're not going to get color anywhere that is not open on the stencil. So, and then you can choose how light or hard you press with your blending brush. The first color I put down, I was pretty light with. The second color, I'm kind of medium. And then the last mask, I'll go harder with, okay? So there's that one. And then we've got our final mask here. And we'll line this guy up. And this one would be really cool, the C mask. If you took your Versamark and you like put it upside down and inked in the open spot. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to take that away. If you inked up in the open spot and then you heat embossed like a white embossing powder on it, it would look like snow. And that would be so pretty. So just something to try. Something I'll try at some point, but I didn't even think about it until after I created this card. And I was like, oh my gosh, that would be so beautiful. And it would look like snow. It would be so pretty. Anyway, so there we go. That's the first tree. Okay, let me lift that up so you can see there's the first tree there. And that all uses Old Olive ink, but you can see all the different tones in there. Super fun. Okay, so then we're going to do the same thing now with the little tree. And so to clean my masks, I am super lazy, you guys. There's like different ways you could do it. I have, you know, my craft room is next to the laundry room. So we have a sink, laundry tub. And so I just run the masks under the water in the laundry tub. And then I put them on a towel on top of the washer and just let them dry. And once they're dry enough, I'll just take like a paper towel and dab over it. But I'm super lazy. I'm sure that there's like so many other like fancy ways you could do it. But I'm all about like what's easy and what's fast when it comes to cleaning because I want to spend time creating. So there's my tip for you there. So, okay, so there's the first mask. And like I said, these trees, they are not going to line up perfectly. So just do your best. And just know they're not going to line up perfectly. So don't fret. Now, if you do mark that indent, there is the little triangle on the mask. Then you can line it up where they're supposed to be. I'm not even doing that. I'm just going for it. Because they just look so cool when they're all said and done. So, all right. So there's mask 2. And I probably put my finger in the ink. That's okay. That's mask 2. And then we've got mask number 3. And same thing, this is the one where you could do the Versamark to make it look like... Whoops. I don't know what happened there. Good thing I saw that, though. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, Kathleen said she would wipe it off with a chamois. Yeah, there's a lot of ways you could do it. You could also do... what's the word? Paper towel. Just a paper towel, like a wet paper towel to wipe it off. So, all right. So let's go ahead and... My fingers are definitely like sitting in the ink over here. Oh, well. Okay, so there we go. That is coloring with our masks. Now we are going to do the other tree with the next card, so you'll get to see that as well. But it's super, super cool. So let me close this before I pick things up and then make a mess. Okay. So there are our trees. How cute is that? I'm going to grab my chamois. See, this is what I use my chamois for. Oh, you use a baby wipe. Yeah, that would work too. So I've got some old olive on my finger, so I use my chamois to clean my fingers while I'm crafting. Oh, well, you know, whatever works, works. Okay, let's die cut out these trees then, because they are ready to go and be added onto our card. They are so cute. So fun. So this smaller tree with the mask, it actually ends up looking quite a bit fuller than the larger tree. Maybe it's just how I lined up the masks, to be honest. But it's fuller, and that's okay. Because every tree is different, right? All right, so we've got those. Let's grab that die cutting machine here. And I know it doesn't super fit onto the screen. We'll go ahead and die cut these guys out. Yeah, they do look really fun using the masks. I think so too. And I think it'll be really fun to try it with like the Versamark and the embossing powder. It'd be cool. So if somebody gets a chance to try that out before I do, please post it in the Facebook group because I'd like to see, or send me an email or something because I want to see it. Okay, so let's grab those. And now we can assemble our card. So I'm going to start here with the boho blue pieces. And again, we've got that textured piece, right? Because it's embossed. So we're adding lots of adhesive because we don't want anything to stick up. All right, and then we'll add this to our card front. And there we go. And I must have cut my piece way too large because that sticks over quite a bit. So I'm going to just trim that down. Probably added an extra 1/8 of an inch somewhere on accident. Oh, well, okay. Trim that excess piece off here and close and burnish. All right, so now we're going to take this Mossy Meadow piece, which I pre-die cut, and we're going to add it to our basic white rectangle. So you can decide how much like ground or grass you want to have. I'm going to grab my silicone mat because it repels the adhesive just in case, because I don't like getting adhesive onto my glass mat because it makes everything sticky. I know, I love boho blue. It is such a fun color. So we can go ahead now. I'm okay if the trees stick off the edge, but I will cut off the excess grass. Let's go like this. Okay, and I am going to call it grass because it's green. All right, trim off the rest here. So for Utah last week, we had to bring our snips and adhesives and things like that. So I put this little tag thing onto these. I've had it for a while for club back in January. I gave them to my club members. And so when I ordered them, I ordered one for myself and the lady gifted me one. So I've had these ones on my ribbon scissors forever, but this is the like first time I'm really crafting with them on my regular snips. And I can't even tell you guys, it like has been tripping me up so much because I keep thinking I'm grabbing my ribbon scissors. It is like so tricky. I don't know. Anyway, so that's just a fun shareable thing. All right, so let's go ahead and add seal to the back of our basic beige piece here, and then we're going to adhere this to the card front right in the center. Cute, cute, cute. All right, take our masked trees. I am going to add these just with seal. And of course, that larger tree is going to go in the background because it's bigger. So I'm going to stick that down maybe like that. And then we're going to take that little tree and set him right next to it, okay? All right, take some linen thread then. Maybe let's go 12 inches. And we're going to do a faux bow because I love my faux bows. All right, just straightening that out. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of seal kind of right where this smaller tree is sitting on top of the larger tree. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to take both ends of the linen thread in my left hand, take that loop in my right hand, stick down the loop onto the seal, and then just use my fingers to trace that back and forth. Maybe make a little bit of a bigger bow. Ah, oh my goodness. Okay. And just like that. There we go. I didn't stick my tree down all the way, so it's snapping at me. All right, grab that sentiment then, and let's add some dimensionals to the back. And I'm going to add these kind of like splitting center with the edge. And just leaving room in the middle there for that linen thread that we tacked down. And then we'll stick this down and make sure you cover that exposed seal, okay? Just like this. Oh my gosh, so cute. I love that sentiment too. Thinking of you and how you strengthen my life. What a sweet sentiment is that. Okay, so for this card, I'm going to use some iridescent pearls. So I've got one big one, one little one going right next to each other down here. And then I'm going to grab another little one and bring that up on the side here. And that, my friends, is card number 2. How fun is that one? It is so beautiful. I just love the sentiment. I think it's so sweet. So, all right, let's go to card number 3. This is a true fall card. I missed a comment. Go back to the beginning and watch. Yes, we did have a big discussion on grid paper and our September challenge with grid paper. So yes. Okay, so this is our 3rd card. So let's take a look at that. Sorry if I miss your guys' comments. My screen only shows me the last 3. So, and because it streams on 2 platforms, sometimes I miss comments. So I apologize for that. So, all right. So pecan pie for our card base. We've got a piece of basic white for our stamping. We've got some crumb cake. This is like so brown, you guys. This is like out of my comfort zone, but I was like, you know what? It's kind of pretty. I'm gonna roll with it. A pecan pie layer. We've got a basic white rectangle that was die cut with the deckled rectangle dies. We've got some crumb cake to stamp and die cut some birds. And then we've got a little strip of basic white for our sentiment and a little strip of Cajun craze to layer it on. Okay, so let's start with stamping because that's always the best place to start. I am going to grab my Cajun craze ink to start and the sentiment that says thank you. And I'm going to get my head over this, so I apologize if it's not on camera, but we're going to stamp that right onto that tiny little basic white strip, okay? All right, just like that. Let's close this up so we don't make a mess. We are going to need it again shortly, but then we've got our crumb cake cardstock, and we are going to, it's fall colors, your favorite. I love it. I love fall colors too. We're going to stamp 2 of these birds in early espresso ink onto crumb cake cardstock. Okay, so we'll die cut those out in a little bit. And then we're going to grab this basic white piece. Now I am going to grab my chamois out and clean off this larger tree. You could do this in tuxedo black. You could stamp it in tuxedo black or early espresso. And I am going to do early espresso for this card. So I am just going to ink up that tree. The last time we stamped it was in tuxedo black, which is why I wanted to clean it first. Okay, we'll go this way. Stamp that down. And then bring in our messy scrap paper. Again, look how easy it is to see that basic white on the messy scrap paper. It just stands out so well. Okay, and then we're going to color this in with our masks. So I am going to tack down some washi tape to hold this piece in place. Maybe we'll tack down a little bit more washi tape because last time it moved. Whoops. Not a big deal though. All right, so we've got that down. Then same thing here. So as I was mentioning before, these masks are actually numbered 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to start with the number 1 mask. And that is just going to do the tree like limbs, the stump, all that good stuff. Okay. So get that lined up. Looks pretty good to me. I'm going to grab my pen again and just mark the top right there where the little indent is. So I'll be able to find it every time. Okay. And then we'll use large pieces of washi again to hold down the mask. And of course, I'll use my left hand as well because I am right-handed. And then let's grab, I can't tell if this is gray or brown. I think it's gray. Okay, brown. Grab some ink with that early espresso ink pad. And I just dab it off onto that messy grid paper because otherwise it leaves kind of like a funky look on it. And then we're just going to blend this onto our mask. Okay, and just pick up more ink as you need it. The nice thing too about the mask is it's, you can like pick up color from it. So you don't necessarily have to go right back into your ink pad. Now, if I were just like stamping by myself, I would also flip over my ink pad and dip it right onto my glass mat and pick up the color from that. However, that can get kind of messy, as you probably imagine, and I don't want to clean it before I move on with my cards. So I am going this route instead. Okay, so let's go ahead. We will pick up that mask. You can see we've got those beautiful tree pieces here, and then we'll grab our mask number 2. Okay, and I'm looking for that indent. So here's that little indent. I'm just going to line that up. Oh, you're definitely going to go back. Yes. And then Kelly, you can tell us if you would like to join us for our challenge. Okay, so let's line that up. According to my mask, this is lined up, but I think I have to move it just like that. Beautiful. Okay, and then we're going to tack down that washi tape. And then I've got my peach pie ink pad. And I've got my light orange blend because I didn't want to use the same brush that I use with like pumpkin pie. Just thought it would be too dark. So anyway, so we'll go ahead and blend on our peach pie. And it's kind of fun too because you can press like harder and lighter in specific areas. And then you've got those like tones that come in as well. So I'm going to do that kind of on purpose. I want to add a little bit more color over here. But I'm going to show you that after I take this mask off. It's really kind of cool looking. So let me pull or close peach pie. And just like, can you see that? The difference in the color? And that's all from one mask, one pass with the blending brush. Do you see that though? How the colors are different? It's just really beautiful. I love what you can do here with those blending brushes. Okay. So now I've got that number 3 mask. I'm just turning it slightly. Now for this one, I used Cajun Craze and I think I went a little bit too dark with my sample card. So I'm going to try to keep a light hand. You could use peach pie again. You could use pumpkin pie. But I'm just going to pick up like a little bit of ink and try to keep, like, maybe I won't even push my finger down here. Maybe I'll just like, just to keep like as light of a hand as possible, because obviously you can tell where the color goes, right? Because it's anywhere the mask is not covering. But in this card, you can really see the blobs. So I just wanted to keep it a little bit lighter and just see if it blends a little bit easier. So that's kind of the fun part about card making too. It's a lot of like playing. You get to just play and see what you like. Okay. All right, let's check that out and see how we did. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I like that a lot better. Okay. You can still see the blobs, but I like it better. Okay, so there is our colored in tree. How cute. So fun, so fall, so beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to die cut some items out now. So we're going to die cut out this tree, and we're going to die cut out the bird. Now this is really, really cool because, you know, we stamped 2 birds, and oh man, we're going to have to do 2 passes through the die cutting machine. Or not. Stampin' Up! Was so nice to us when they designed the set. They actually gave us 2 bird dies, and they both cut out the same bird image. So that's so nice because we only have to do 1 pass through the die cutting machine then to cut out both of these birds. I know, I love fall too. So our Minnesota State Fair starts this week, and the Minnesota State Fair is a big deal. Like it's a big deal. And I was like, yes, I'm going to go this weekend and whatever. Well, it's supposed to be like 90 degrees and humid. Like today we have the windows open, but this weekend, no way. I'm not going to the fair unless the weather changes. But anyway, but the Minnesota State Fair is the kickoff to fall, basically. Like when that's done, it's fall. So, oh, you're going on Thursday. Oh, Lori, you're going on Saturday. Okay, well, if I end up going this weekend, maybe I'll see you there, but we'll see because I don't want to go on it. So yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and check out our pieces here. So there's our tree. So cute. And our adorable little birdies. One of them stayed on the machine here on the plate. Okay. And cute. They're so cute. They're so little. They're just little guys. Okay, so there we have it. Whoops. Let's put that plate back, okay? Okay. Oh, you guys love the fall colors. I love it. So most of these cards are not really super fall colors, but I tried to do a little bit. So let's go ahead and start adhering things. So we've got this pecan pie layer. I'm going to add some seal to the back, and then we'll layer this onto crumb cake. Okay, see, so brown. You guys have to tell me if you like all the browns. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, it's always hot for the Kansas State Fair. Yeah. I don't know. It's hit or miss with Minnesota. Whoa, I'm so sorry. That was loud. Hit or miss for the Minnesota State Fair. Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's raining. Once it snowed. No, I'm just kidding. That never happened. But I had you going for a second. All right, let's add some dimensionals on the back of our rectangle here and peel off the backings. And we will put this on our card front here, centered on our card front. Then we're going to take our tree. You love the browns. Okay, I love it. And let us add some dimensionals to the back of our tree here. You can see I went a little dimensional crazy in this tree top. And then we're going to stick this guy down onto our card front. Now he's going to expand over the die a little bit, which I like the look of, so I was okay with that. Let's add some seal to the back of our sentiment. And then we're going to layer this onto the Cajun Craze piece. And more dimensionals, because you can never have too many. I'm going to add these on the very edges here of our sentiment so that it will go over our tree trunk, okay? So it's going to be the same level or the same height as that tree trunk. And this is going to go, I'm kind of eyeballing it because the deckled rectangles are not a perfect edge. So I'm kind of eyeballing it to get it center there. And then we're going to take these cute little birdies, and I'm going to grab my silicone mat here again, just so I don't get adhesive everywhere. And add a little bit of seal. Don't stick to me. There we go. On the back of our birdies. And then we're going to stick these down onto the tree. And they are so cute. I love it. Okay, then we're going to finish this one off with some iridescent pearls. So I'm going to grab one big one and stick that there. One little one right here. And one little one up there. And that, my friends, is card number 3. So that is fun. Oh, you know, I just read, Debbie said it the dates for the Kansas Fair, and she said in Hutchinson, and I was like, her state fair is not in Hutchinson, because that is a town in Minnesota as well. I had to switch states in my mind. All right, so this is our 4th card, our final card. We've got one more to go. And let's go ahead and take a look at this card kit. So this one, we've actually got a smoky slate card base. So this is more of maybe a winter card. I don't know. Maybe you're like, Melissa, just stick to fall. Who needs winter? But, you know, when winter comes, you're going to be grateful you had this card made. So then we've got a basic white layer. We are going to stamp on that. We've got another basic white layer. We are going to stamp on that. We've got an old olive strip. We're going to stamp on that for our sentiment. And then we've got a basic white circle. This is die cut from the Spotlight on Nature dies. And I did pre-die cut this like detailed tree piece. This is from the Mossy Meadow. I'm sorry, this is from our die set, but it's in Mossy Meadow cardstock. So let's go ahead and start with stamping, because it's always the best place to start. For sure, you're going to need your messy scrap paper for this card here. And we are going to grab our old olive ink and the small pine tree. Now, pretty sure we stamped this in Mossy Meadow before, so we're just going to give it a quick little clean. Okay, and what we're going to do is open up that old olive And I am going to ink this up, and I'm going to start on the bottom, and I'm just going to stamp full strength across the bottom here. Okay, so you can see this is where your messy scrap paper comes in handy because, yeah. Okay, then I'm going to stamp off, and we're going to do a second row here. Cute. And this is kind of like to your preference, right? However you like it. And one over here, just cause. And then this one, we're going to stamp off twice. You know what? This would be a great card to make with your new piece of scrap paper in September for the challenge, because you can definitely get it dirty fast. All right, so one more. So you can see I'm doing 3 rows here. Now you could stamp and then just move your stamp to, you know, you've already got it stamped off. The reason I did not do that is because we're stamping off the edge. Sometimes you get like those weird little shadows in there. And I just decided to just, you know, full strength, and then, yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, so this piece of basic white, then we're going to use the larger tree. And this one's kind of fun because what we're going to do is we're going to grab our Mossy Meadow ink. So we've got our darker ink than our early espresso. Nope. Than our old olive. Let's try that again. At least I caught myself. I definitely don't think Mossy Meadow is darker than early espresso, and early espresso is also not green. So anyway, yay, I'm so glad you guys are doing the messy scrap paper challenge with me. We're going to make a big deal out of this. I'm just telling you. Okay, so we're going to stamp this down full strength. Okay. I'm going to grab my, chamois. I'm just throwing things all over the place today. We're going to clean off this tree. Okay. And then here's the fun part. What we're going to do is we're going to take this off and flip it over. Now, this is not a reversible stamp set, so it's not like intended to do this, but we're just doing it for fun. Okay. So now I've got the back side up. Okay. So you can see this. Super, super fun. So we're going to ink this up in the Mossy Meadow. We're going to stamp off, and then we're going to line. Now it's not perfect. It's not symmetrical, but line up to the best of your ability to create that. Now it's not very pretty yet, but once you die cut it. Oh, you know what? We need to stamp our sentiment. So that's kind of what it looks like. It does definitely look like a blob right now, but just wait, just be patient, have faith and trust and all that good stuff. Is this? I cannot tell if I stamped this. This looks like early espresso, so that's what we're going to stamp that in. It might be Mossy Meadow, I'm not sure, but it kind of looks darker. So this is where we need our early espresso. Okay, for our sentiment here. So this says, no beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart. So this set really just knocks it out of the park with these sentiments. And I'm going to stamp this on my strip. And I'm not going all the way to the bottom because I'd like to cut a banner edge here. So I'm leaving a little bit of space at the bottom, okay? I know, isn't it fun? I think it's fun. So with our reversible stamps, they're like meant to do that, and Stampin' Up! Will like make sure they line up. This time, it's not like intended to do that. We just did it. Okay, let's die cut this guy out. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna use that larger pine die. And then you're just going to eyeball it because look, it's part of it's not going to get die cut. You're going to have some white space. It's not perfect, but if you line it up with the actual like part we stamped that was supposed to be stamped, you can kind of get a cool image here. So let's use 2 pieces of tape just for kicks. All right, let's go ahead and die cut this out. And shabam. Okay, you guys, this is a total squirrel moment. I bought some new lights. I was going to test one out today, but I didn't install, there's like a mount on it that will like tilt down, but I bought these new lights and I'm really excited because I think it's going to get like really bright in here. I just don't love like all the shadows. And anyway, you guys maybe don't care about that, but I do, and I'm excited, so I had to share. All right, let's grab this basic white piece. We're going to add some seal to the back. Okay, and layer this onto our smoky slate card base. So cute. Go ahead and fold and burnish. Alrighty, and then let's add all of our elements. So we're going to take this die cut circle, add some dimensionals to the back. peel off the backings. And then I'm going to stick this down on this lower right-hand side here. Now, some of these trees are not quite as tall as they are in the sample. That's okay. You know, it all works. Let's go right there. Okay. Then, I can't believe I'm about to do this. We're going to use liquid glue. If you have adhesive sheets, you can use those for this detailed pine tree piece, but we're going to use liquid glue. And we're going to grit our teeth because we're going to try not to make a mess. But we know that when we use liquid glue, sometimes if your name is Melissa, you kind of make a mess. Okay. Oh, shoot. You know, I told you that was going to happen. I literally called it. Okay, we're fine. Just shh. Okay, so we're good. We're good. We're good. It's fine. All right, we added that to our stamped tree. We're adding some seal to the back because we're not messing with liquid glue. And then we're going to put this on the center of our circle. I can't even believe that happened. That was like not on purpose, but so perfectly timed. So perfectly timed. Okay, grab some linen thread. Let's do that. I feel like was a little bit too long. So let's do like 10 inches. And same thing, we're going to faux bow it. So I'm putting some seal up in this open space. Okay, grab the ends in my left hand, grab the loop in my right. Let's go this way. Stick that onto our exposed seal and then just use your fingers to loop this around. Cute. Okay, now for this piece, all I'm going to do is I'm going to use my snips because we're not trying to cut straight. So we're like, you literally can't make a mistake. See? Easy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 dimensionals. Excuse me. One of them I'm going to stick right here over like where the knot of the linen thread would be if we had actually tied a bow. And the other one I'm going to stick at the bottom of my slant here because then I know that they're not going to conflict over that linen thread, so it's not going to be raised, but also it's not going to go too far off the edge of the card. And then we're just going to eyeball this. Make sure that you're not like this and then your sentiment gets cut off, right? But just eyeball it. And you can put it, you know, you can put it down like this, you know, just wherever you like. And stick that down. Beautiful. And then we're just going to go ahead and trim off the excess. Excuse me. Cute. Just like that. Okay. And then we're going to finish this card off with some textured dots. And you guys, I know there's like an unspoken rule that you should use an even or an odd number. You guys see me use 2 all the time. I only have 4 left in this package, so we're going to use them all. And yeah, so I'm going to put 1 there, and they're all the same size. They're all the large ones. But if I was just making this card and I had a full pack, I'd do a large and a little. But we're going to just like go for it because why not, right? So let's put 1 like there. And then let's put 1 like I don't know, there. Where should we put it? Up here? No. Down there. Oh, that'd be cute. This is me deciding if I want to do that because then it would raise the height of the card. Should we put it there? I don't know. This is so stressful. This is more stressful than I thought it would be. We're going to put it there because I liked it there. Okay. That's it. That's that. Nobody come at me for using 4 embellishments on a card. Okay. Okay. I know you're not supposed to. This one definitely has to move though. This one's got to go somewhere else. There. Boom. That's where it's going. Okay, there we go. That's that. All right, our beautiful 4 embellishments. Are you guys like me? Like, if I'm at the end of a dimensional sheet, I just really got to try to use them all, you know? Same thing with embellishments and ribbon, all of it. Just have to. Anyway, okay, thank you everyone so much for joining me today. It was a little bit squirrely, but it's all good. It's fun when we can just hang out with each other. So I had a lot of fun making these cards. I hope you enjoyed each of them. Let me know which one is your favorite. I think the Fun Fold is my favorite. But I also really like the colors and the look of this one. And I really like these two with the masks. So I guess I can't pick. As a reminder, if you would like these card kits to make these cards at home, you can get them for free as a thank you gift from me when you place an order in my online store this week. So a $45 order before tax and shipping will get you the 4 card kits for free from me. So as we went through and made them tonight, and I showed you all the card kit elements, that's what your kit will look like as well. You'll also get that detailed PDF tutorial, which has pictures, measurements, supplies, and instructions. And you get the shipping straight to your door on these projects. Okay, so your order has to be in by this Friday, August 23rd at the end of the day Central Time, and they will ship out next Tuesday, which is August 27th. So look at, there's Hutchinson, Minnesota. Betty, somebody mentioned Hutchinson, Kansas earlier, and I thought they were talking about Minnesota for a second. So that's cool that you came. Welcome. So these are the cards. Don't forget to use this host code that you can see on your screen, that you do not need to memorize it. You can just click the link in the description of this video and it will take you to my online store to grab those. And then don't forget to get on my email newsletter list. Here's the link for that, newsletter.stampwithmelissa.com. I think that link is also in the description of the video. Please, please, please make sure you're there if you want access to sign up for Retreat, Product Share, and Halloween Mystery Craft Box, as well as some other fun things coming next month. But I want to make sure that you are there because that's the hub. That's where the things go first. So make sure you are there, okay? All righty. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.